Welcome to our channel. Before we dive into today's video, we kindly ask you to show your support by liking, sharing, and subscribing to our content. Exploring the Golden Age Classics of Hollywood Part 2. Number 6 On the Waterfront, 1954. On the Waterfront is a 1954 American crime drama film directed by Elia Kazan. The film explores the story of Terry Malloy, Marlon Brando, a dock worker and former boxer, who becomes entangled in the corrupt and violent practices of the local dockworkers union. The film is set in Hoboken, New Jersey, and opens with the murder of Joey Doyle, a fellow longshoreman who was planning to testify against the corrupt union leadership. Terry, who was unwittingly involved in Joey's death, feels guilty about what happened and begins to question his loyalty to the union and its leader, Johnny Friendly, Lee J. Cobb. Terry's brother, Charlie, Rod Steiger, is a high-ranking member of the union and is torn between his loyalty to Johnny Friendly and his love for his brother. As Terry grapples with his conscience, he meets Edie Doyle, Eva Marie Saint, Joey's sister, and they form a bond. Edie is determined to find out the truth behind her brother's murder and bring the responsible parties to justice. In the midst of their growing relationship, Terry comes into contact with Father Barry, Carl Malden, a local priest who has been speaking out against the corruption on the waterfront. Father Barry encourages Terry to stand up against the union and fight for justice. Terry agrees to testify against Johnny Friendly and the union in a hearing conducted by the Crime Commission. As Terry prepares to testify, he faces immense pressure and intimidation from Johnny Friendly and his henchmen. They threaten his life and attempt to silence him. However, Terry musters the courage to confront the union and expose their corrupt practices. The film culminates in a tense and dramatic confrontation on the docks, where Terry faces off against Johnny Friendly and his goons. Terry's bravery inspires the other longshoremen to join him in his fight against the union. Together, they stand up against the oppressive forces and demand justice. On the Waterfront is a gripping and gritty film that delves into themes of loyalty, corruption, and redemption. It showcases Marlon Brando's powerful and iconic performance as Terry Malloy, earning him an Academy Award for Best Actor. The film also features a strong supporting cast, with standout performances from Eva Marie Saint and Carl Malden. Elia Kazan's direction brings a sense of realism and authenticity to the story, capturing the harsh and gritty environment of the waterfront. The film's screenplay, written by Bud Schulberg, is sharp and thought-provoking, offering a scathing critique of corruption and the abuse of power. Upon its release, On the Waterfront received critical acclaim and was a commercial success. It won 8 Academy Awards, including Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Supporting Actress for Eva Marie Saint. The film continues to be lauded as a classic of American cinema, praised for its powerful performances, gripping storyline, and its exploration of moral dilemmas and social issues. Number 7 Cleopatra, 1963. Cleopatra is a 1963 epic historical drama directed by Joseph L. Mankiewicz. The film chronicles the life and reign of Cleopatra, the Queen of Egypt, and her relationships with Julius Caesar and Mark Antony. The film opens with Cleopatra, Elizabeth Taylor, ruling Egypt after the death of her father. She is determined to maintain Egypt's independence and protect her people from the growing power of Rome. Seeking an alliance, Cleopatra travels to Rome to meet with Julius Caesar, Rex Harrison, hoping to secure his support. Despite initial conflicts, they develop a passionate love affair, and Caesar becomes infatuated with Cleopatra. Caesar returns to Rome with Cleopatra, where she gives birth to their son, Caesarion. However, political turmoil and power struggles in Rome force Caesar to return, leaving Cleopatra behind. In his absence, Cleopatra faces threats to her throne from her younger brother Ptolemy XIII, Richard O'Sullivan, and his advisors. Meanwhile, Caesar is assassinated in Rome, leading to a power vacuum and a struggle for control. Cleopatra sees an opportunity to secure her position and forms an alliance with Mark Antony, Richard Burton, a Roman general and politician. Antony becomes enchanted by Cleopatra's beauty and charisma, and they begin a passionate love affair. Mark Antony abandons his duties in Rome and joins Cleopatra in Egypt. Their relationship flourishes, but Antony's actions draw the ire of Octavian, Roddy McDowell, Caesar's adopted heir and the future Emperor Augustus. Octavian sees Antony's relationship with Cleopatra as a threat to Rome's stability and launches a campaign against him. The film depicts the conflict between Octavian and Antony, including the naval battle of Actium, where Octavian's forces defeat Antony and Cleopatra. Following their defeat, Antony believes Cleopatra has betrayed him and takes his own life. Devastated by Antony's death, Cleopatra decides to join him in death. She allows herself to be bitten by a poisonous snake, bringing an end to her life. Cleopatra is known for its grandeur and scale, with elaborate sets, costumes, and production design. The film showcases the opulence and decadence of ancient Egypt and Rome, capturing the larger-than-life personalities of its characters. Elizabeth Taylor delivers a mesmerizing performance as Cleopatra, capturing both her strength and vulnerability. Richard Burton also shines as Mark Antony, portraying his internal conflicts and his overwhelming love for Cleopatra. The chemistry between Taylor and Burton on screen adds to the film's dramatic impact. The film's historical accuracy has been a subject of debate, as it takes creative liberties with certain events and characters. However, it remains an entertaining and visually stunning epic that captures the essence of Cleopatra's legend. Upon its release, Cleopatra received mixed reviews, partly due to its excessive length and budget overruns. However, it achieved commercial success and garnered several Academy Awards, including Best Art Direction, Best Costume Design, and Best Visual Effects. Despite its initial reception, Cleopatra has become a notable film in cinema history, known for its lavish production values, iconic performances, and its portrayal of one of history's most legendary figures. Number 8. Citizen Kane, 1941. Citizen Kane is a 1941 American drama film directed by Orson Welles, who also co-wrote the screenplay and starred in the lead role. The film tells the story of Charles Foster Kane, a wealthy newspaper magnate, and explores his rise to power and the subsequent emptiness and isolation he experiences. The film begins with the death of Charles Foster Kane, Orson Welles, an enormously wealthy and influential figure. As news of his death spreads, a group of reporters is assigned to investigate the meaning behind his final word, Rosebud. Through a series of interviews with people who were close to Kane, the reporters attempt to uncover the truth about his enigmatic dying word. The film then delves into Kane's life through a series of flashbacks and nonlinear storytelling. Kane was born into modest circumstances but inherited a vast fortune as a young boy. He is taken away from his mother by a wealthy banker, who becomes his guardian and provides him with a privileged upbringing. As a young man, Kane starts a newspaper called the New York Inquirer, which he uses as a platform to advocate for social causes and challenge powerful figures. He becomes a prominent figure in the media landscape, using his wealth and influence to shape public opinion. However, as Kane's power and ambition grow, his personal relationships suffer. His first marriage to Emily Ruth Warwick falls apart due to his relentless pursuit of success. He then marries Susan Alexander, Dorothy Cummingmore, a young and aspiring singer, but their marriage also deteriorates as Kane tries to mold her into a talented opera singer against her wishes. Throughout his life, Kane becomes increasingly isolated and disconnected from others. He surrounds himself with material possessions but finds little satisfaction or fulfillment in his wealth and status. Despite his vast resources, he remains haunted by a sense of loneliness and an unfulfilled desire for love and genuine connection. The film builds towards the revelation of the meaning behind Rosebud, which is Kane's childhood sled. It symbolizes the innocence and joy of his early years before he was thrust into a world of wealth and power. The sled represents the simple pleasures and genuine happiness that Kane lost as he pursued success and material wealth. Citizen Kane is hailed as a landmark in cinema for its innovative storytelling techniques, including its use of nonlinear narrative structure, deep-focused cinematography, and striking visual compositions. Orson Welles' performance as Charles Foster Kane is widely regarded as one of the greatest in film history, showcasing the character's complexity and inner conflicts. The film explores themes of power, wealth, the corruption of the media, and the loss of innocence. It offers a critical examination of the American dream and the consequences of unchecked ambition. Citizen Kane is often praised for its technical brilliance, thought-provoking storytelling, and its enduring impact on the art of filmmaking. Upon its release, Citizen Kane was met with critical acclaim, but it initially struggled at the box office. Over time, however, it gained recognition as one of the greatest films ever made and has influenced generations of filmmakers. It continues to be studied and revered for its artistic achievements and its exploration of the complexities of human existence. Number 9. Teacher's Pet, 1958. Teacher's Pet is a 1958 romantic comedy film directed by George Seaton. The film stars Clark Gable as James Gannon, a seasoned newspaper editor, and Doris Day as Erica Stone, a journalism professor who believes in the importance of formal education in journalism. The story revolves around James Gannon, a hard-nosed newspaper editor who holds the belief that journalism cannot be taught in a classroom and that practical experience is the only way to become a successful reporter. When Gannon hears about Erica Stone, a journalism professor who is advocating for journalism education, he becomes determined to prove her wrong. Gannon disguises himself as a student named Jim Gallagher and enrolls in Erica's journalism class at a local university. He intends to expose Erica's teaching methods as ineffective and outdated. However, as he spends more time in the classroom, Gannon finds himself drawn to Erica's intelligence, passion, and dedication to her students. Meanwhile, Erica is unaware of Gannon's true identity and becomes intrigued by his enthusiastic participation in class discussions. She is impressed by his insights and writing skills. As they spend more time together, a romantic connection starts to develop between them. As their relationship blossoms, Gannon struggles with revealing his true identity, fearing that it will destroy the trust and bond they have formed. However, when his secret is eventually exposed, Erica feels hurt and betrayed. She believes that Gannon's deception invalidates the genuine connection they had established. In an effort to win Erica back and make amends, Gannon publishes an article in his newspaper praising Erica's teaching methods and acknowledging the value of formal education in journalism. He also writes a heartfelt letter to Erica, expressing his remorse for his actions and his realization of the importance of both practical experience and academia in the field of journalism. The film concludes with Gannon and Erica reconciling their differences. They realize that both practical experience and education have their merits, and that they can learn from each other. Gannon's transformation leads him to appreciate the value of education, while Erica acknowledges the significance of real-world experience. Teacher's Pet is a charming and light-hearted romantic comedy that explores the clash between traditional journalistic practices and the evolving role of education in the field. The film showcases the chemistry between Clark Gable and Doris Day, who deliver delightful performances as the two leads. The movie also touches on themes of humility, personal growth, and the importance of open-mindedness. It presents a balanced perspective on the role of education and experience in any profession, highlighting the value of both theory and practice. Teacher's Pet received positive reviews upon its release, with particular praise for the performances of Gable and Day. The film's humor, engaging storyline, and the chemistry between the leads have contributed to its enduring popularity. It remains a classic romantic comedy that provides entertainment while exploring thought-provoking themes.